this is a very controversial word.
Submissive.
Submissive.
Every episode.
Submissive.
Like,
But when they describe what submissive is,
Mhm.
they describe a slave, a woman who is just going to be at home taking care of the kids, cooking for them, cleaning for them, bending at every which and way that they want. And I just feel like that's very unrealistic because
you sure that's them describing as a slave, or that's what y'all automatically jump to is that it's a slave? All right, welcome back to another episode of Daily Wrap Up Crew. No booker, but I go by the name of Eli. As always, we got Ace with us.
Yes, indeed. It's your boy Ace. It's Sunday. We at work, so help me out with the merch.
Last but not least, we got Jew.
What it do? Thanks for tuning in with me and my crew. And once again, we got another episode without Eli's shoe. You know what I'm saying? Still got another shoe line for you. Know what I'm saying?
Okay.
We about to get you an endorsement, man. Nike,
I
holla at us.
might need an endorsement.
Don't they got that Air movie coming out? Yeah, we need that.
Put the Nike
Yeah,
jacket on.
that's
That'd
it.
be- that'd be fire, like, you know what I'm saying?
You can play Hurt Jordan.
Yo, anyway, man, we got some special guests in the building. Ladies, let them know where they can follow you at.
My name is Malika. You can follow me at QUING.M on the gram.
Miss Tiana Rose. You can follow me on Instagram at Miss Tiana Rose, all one word.
Hi, my name is Jada Marie, and my Instagram is because I don't really be on Instagram.
It's gonna be on the
Okay, no problem.
Instagram,
Okay.
like, you know what I'm saying? Insert Instagram.
But that
I'm
does
not
mean
that
that
active, but I'm active on
got-
Instagram.
Does that mean you got multiple accounts or?
No, I actually have one account, but I
the Finsta?
I deactivate. No, I don't have any Finsta, but I
Oh, okay.
deactivate my Instagram kind of often, so
Gotcha,
I don't really be on
gotcha.
Instagram like that.
Gotcha.
I have like 3 accounts.
Yeah.
3 accounts?
I got a professional account,
Stalker.
my personal account, and a Finsta.
God damn.
Wow.
My close friends is my Finsta. If you were my close friends, you know what go down. But other than that, it's just my main page
go down to
and
the
then
close
my
friends.
business page. That's it.
Listen, before we get into these topics, make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe if y'all not already subscribed, cop the merch, and join the membership, man. We got a lot of exclusive access, early access to episodes, behind the scenes footage, a ton of exclusives over there. So make sure y'all join the membership. Let me get into this first topic, right? What is something that you hear from the opposite sex that you think is holding them back from building a healthy relationship? Do you elaborate on this one real quick?
Okay, so I hear a lot of women saying that, they want a man that has to have twice their income. So I mean their expectations and standards might be a little bit too high. I also hear women say, a man has to be 6 feet. So, that could be a reason that could be preventing them from getting a healthy relationship. Also that men don't communicate and that men only want sex. So it's a lot of things that I may hear from women that may be blocking their blessings.
So what are some things I hear from men that y'all feel like that's a bit unrealistic? You got to be more real. Like, do y'all look at things like that?
I mean, I don't look at things like that, but from what my bros have told me, they definitely do have a little bit of an unrealistic expectation of women because 9 times out of 10, which I feel like this is a very large rhetoric with a lot of men, is that they want a woman that is going to be, this is a very controversial word, submissive.
Every episode.
Submissive. But when they describe what submissive is, they describe a slave, a woman who is just going to be at home taking care of the kids, cooking for them, cleaning for them, bending at every which and way that they want. And I just feel like that's very unrealistic. Because
you sure that's them describing as a slave, or that's what y'all automatically jump to is that it's a slave?
No, I mean,
every time we have this show, the moment we say submissive, it automatically I'm not nobody's slave. I'm not gonna be no slave. It's the women that jump to that conclusion.
The only reason why women, I feel like, may potentially jump to that conclusion, and I use quotation marks very heavily, is because the actual definition of submission, to submit, is actually to allow somebody to have power over you, to actually put you in a position where you are doing something specifically for them or at their will. So yeah, when you think of that word, it's like I'm not submitting. I'll be cooperative. I'll even like be what's the word? I don't freaking know right now, but cooperative.
Mm.
I'll work with you, but I'm not gonna just do anything that you want me to do because I'm your woman. That's kind of crazy.
But you do understand the meaning is not for you to be enslaved. And for those guys, are they saying, hey, well, if I'm this is what I'm expecting from a woman to cook and clean if I'm providing and protecting and I'm doing all the other stuff that, makes her day or make my day a little bit less stress. She should be doing that if she doesn't have to work. Correct? Or
I feel like as a man, like as a woman and a man, we both have gender roles, regardless of what's in today's society. A man, in my opinion, a man should be providing and protecting. But
Okay.
as a woman, I'm also going to take care of my man in the ways where a woman should, as a nurturer. That's what women are. But at
Mhm.
the same time, there will be situations where if I cannot cook and clean, you can come in to play and cook and clean as well.
I feel like,
And if a man at the time cannot provide financially, especially, a woman probably needs to step up in that relationship and then provide.
Okay.
but
That sounds
Yeah.
that doesn't mean that it's left in her hands
Absolutely.
solely.
Absolutely.
Like if I'm providing for you at this specific moment, there has to be something else that you're adding to my life or you're contributing. You're not just gonna sit there and be like, oh well, she's taking care of me, she's gonna cook
Right.
for me, she's gonna provide.
It takes two.
I think it should
Definitely.
just be a very
But why do you look at it as like I'm a slave for my man? Like, why are you not like this is something you want to naturally do for your family? Like, you of course, why would you not want to make a meal for your family or your husband? Like, why does it have to be looked at as why I'm a slave? Like,
For me,
mm,
I think I want a partner.
mm,
So anything that we do it together. So if
Yes.
you're hungry and I'm hungry, maybe I'm copping the food or you're getting the food. It's not gonna be okay. Well, you're the woman, so it's your job to cook every day. I work 9 to 5, Monday through
Yep.
Friday. I'm tired.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you're not at work 9 to 5. Maybe you got a different position, but we could swap roles. We don't have to be okay because society said
mm.
I have to be the cook and the cleaner. That you cannot cook and clean when you're very capable. I don't see why that's a thing.
So you providing as well
Yeah, I
financially.
think that people and I think relationships should be, and I don't agree with the 50-50, but I think there should be partnership. When you're up, I'm up. When you're down, I lift you back up and vice versa. That's how I think it's supposed to be.
Sometimes
I
it's
agree.
never always 50-50. It could be 70-30. Sometimes it could be
Mhm.
100-0. You never know what the situation calls for.
and I feel like I'm
oh
sorry.
no, go ahead.
To go off what she said, I feel like with the right partner, if you are understanding of their situation, then you're going to be able to come in and like help add to get them back to 100, and they should be doing the same for you. I don't think it should ever be a thing where it's like, oh, well, I'm expecting this from you, because I feel like an expectation ultimately is just going to lead you to feeling as if you're either one, um, you're going to resent them at some point because they're constantly having this expectation of you, or
Mhm.
two, you're going to feel as though you don't want to do it because like, why are you expecting this of me? Allow me to be that for you. Like, allow me that space to
So why
want
doesn't
to
a
do that.
man ever think, because traditionally, right, a man always had to go and provide for his family and his woman.
Mhm.
So that might mean that man might work 80 hours, 90 hours a week to provide for his family. Why doesn't a man ever look at it as like, damn, you know what, I'm a slave to my woman, or I'm a like, you know what I mean? A man would never look at it like I'm a slave to you. So why are you looking at it like that you're a slave to him?
Because he's
Maybe.
not. Oh,
No, go ahead.
because
Mm.
a man, yes, I feel like I'm gonna put it in layman's. A man is not working just specifically for a woman. If a woman was not in his life, he's still gonna feel like he needs to provide for himself. He's probably gonna feel like he needs to provide for his immediate family, whether it be his aunt, his sister, his mother, somebody in his family. So he's not
Siblings.
gonna feel like a slave. He's gonna feel like he's doing it because this is his right as a man for himself, in himself. I need to make my money. I need to survive in this world. I need to be in this world. I'm not
The
just
same way you would cook and clean for yourself, even if you didn't have a man, right?
yeah. So
So
that's
then,
So what's the difference?
that's why I'm
same
trying to
way
get
he
to,
would cook
like,
and clean for himself, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
I don't think men.
But we're
I'm
not.
just saying,
I'm
like,
just saying, a man wouldn't use those words as like I'm being a slave to my woman. Like that's
That's
just
not-
something we would do naturally, just to
Mhm.
provide for our woman. Like
Mhm.
my thing is, when did it become such a slave thing to
In a
want to provide for your
in
family?
a real partnership, there's no such thing as being a slave to your partner. You're going to do what you need to do for that person, regardless, because it makes you feel good. It makes you happy. Um, But like I said, and like she said, nothing is always going to be 50-50. Sometimes it's 0-100. If I can't do something at the time, that doesn't mean that I can't do it ever at all. And I'm not doing this because I'm willingly not wanting to do this. You know, that's not, I feel like
But
that's
zero 100 don't sound like you doing anything.
Zero, you
There
gotta
ain't no
go.
punishment.
0-100 don't sound like I'm doing anything, but
Yeah.
you never know. Some people fall on their ass back against the
But
wall
then you
100
got- like I-
times, but you
like
still
she
got to
said,
push yourself
You gotta
forward.
find another way to make
Yeah.
Absolutely, but it's
you
not
gotta-
going to happen in the snap of a finger overnight. Things don't work that way.
Well, you ain't gonna be sitting on your ass looking at me
No,
while I'm
not that
doing
either.
everything else.
Absolutely not.
I
while
feel
I'm-
like, but when y'all talk about go back to zero, what are y'all even speaking about? Because
I would never
technically, there's
accept zero.
multiple ways that somebody can add to your life. So if we're talking about monetarily, somebody falls at zero. If I can aid them while I'm providing for them
Right.
monetarily,
right.
and they're providing for me some type of mental peace, encouragement, or whatever the case may be, I feel like you're still filling my cup in some way, shape,
I
or
wouldn't
form.
call that a
Yes.
zero then. You get
Yeah,
what I'm
that
saying?
wouldn't
That
be
would
a
never be
zero.
a
So
zero.
then you
Yeah.
just mean somebody just not giving no effort
talking
at all.
about,
Yeah,
like,
and
that's
expecting
not
something in
nothing.
return.
Oh
You
yeah,
get
then
what I'm saying?
absolutely,
Like,
you're
you're
out of
not
here.
pouring into that relationship
You're outta here.
whatsoever.
But I do want to answer your question about how it became slave mentality, or what we like, not slave mentality, but why we
Feel
perceive
like
it as
slaves?
such.
Mm-hmm.
It's the expectation. There should never, I just personally feel like there should never be an expectation of you have to do this, because it's a standard is one thing,
You
but
don't
like
gotta
to
do
expect
shit.
it, that means you already coming into it feeling like, oh, this is what I deserve. You haven't even shown me
But that's a contradiction.
how.
Because men gotta lead with their money, showing that they can provide.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
All
No,
you
they
have
don't.
to do is pay taxes and die. You really don't have to do shit, to be very honest. Like,
Women wouldn't take a man serious if they don't feel like he's financially stable.
That's not true.
I
that is not
disagree with
true.
that.
We pick up ambitious niggas every day.
Like,
$0. And if, as long as you have something and you have something going for yourself, you're gonna go and chase a bag. we will take up
level,
those niggas.
What age level are we referring to? Because most mature women ain't gonna do that. You talking about these teenage kiddie dates we've been on when we were young, or are we? Because I'm not even looking for a woman that's not doing nothing.
is
You get
that
what I'm saying?
maturity? If somebody does not actually feel like, when you have the right mentality and you're actually going for something, but you just don't have like a certain amount of money, or you don't meet a certain tax bracket in this moment,
That doesn't-
that they aren't willing to be there for you, is that really maturity, or is that actually
money
kidding?
doesn't determine somebody's value.
No, well, I agree with y'all saying, but I think y'all mixing up what I'm kind of trying to say. I'm trying to say that, you got to have some kind of financial stability. You can't just be somebody that just, I'm
can't be a bum with that ambition.
Yeah,
like
like
gonna take you seriously.
Women shouldn't date bums, and I think men shouldn't date bums either.
Agreed.
Exactly.
I just don't feel like, if you feel like this person is a bum, and you like, you could blatantly see when somebody is just not in the right mindset, they're
together.
just not getting themselves together.
But in your scenario, you say you're talking to your homeboys and they're expecting a woman to cook, clean, or whatever. Are they paying her the bills and stuff like that?
Yeah.
So, all right,
But
so
it's
in,
not-
in,
it's-
in that relationship,
I just feel like
what would that woman be expected to do then? Like,
it shouldn't be an expectation of her to do it. If you're providing for her, or if you're making her feel safe enough to be that, then she's just going to do it on her own. You wouldn't have to ask her. You wouldn't have to have that expectation. It's just going to happen.
I'm gonna ask her to leave if she ain't doing that shit. That's what I'm gonna ask her.
It's just
Get the
going to
fuck
happen.
outta here.
so why is it then
I feel like-
unrealistic to require submission? If I'm paying on your bills, you got to be
But why
bringing some
require?
value to my. Because what else are you gonna be doing?
Yeah, I mean,
So why is it only based off you paying my bills? So just because you pay my bills, I'm now supposed to just be this soft,
No,
loving
it's
woman
an
for you
exchange.
because you giving me
to
money?
this man because he paid the bills. Yes.
No, you're supposed
What
to
are
be,
you
you're
doing
supposed
for
to be
me
that
mentally?
regardless. Like, what do you mean?
But what is the man doing for me mentally? Is he helping me, or not even helping me?
Taking
Is
the financial load off of you, one.
Okay.
He's being there for you emotionally and supporting you and whatever you're doing.
Then that's
too.
different. You just said paying bills, but being there for me emotionally, mentally, or spiritually,
that's
you're
part
not
of the
adding to
relationship,
like
man.
all parts of a cup.
I mean, if you
But
paying your
most
bills,
time-
you're gonna have more mental health because you're not stressing over work or where the next who's paying your bills and stuff.
I
That's
don't
But
agree
you
with
don't.
that.
Why
Next
would you
meal
stress?
coming from?
I don't agree with that at all.
Yeah, I don't
Huh?
agree either.
So you gonna be
I don't
stressed.
think money equates to happiness
I'm not saying
No.
it equates to
or
happiness,
anything of that
yeah.
nature. So for me, it's like
But I'm saying it's taking a burden off of your mental by having somebody provide that for you and protect you in a sense, right?
You can
He ain't
agree
saying
that-
gonna
you can-
clear your mind, but
you-
he's saying
yeah,
that
but you
that-
can agree that if you don't got to worry about bills or rent or whatever, where your next meal is coming from, that's something off your mental.
But what do you mean by where your next meal is coming from? Like before
If
you, I was
broke,
eating.
you ain't
I'm
got no money, and I'm
confused.
providing it for you. How you
But
eating?
why do I have to be broke coming into a situation?
So
Why?
I'm
I have
saying-
my own money. I could pay my own bills now. I could feed myself now. You just came into the picture, and as a man, you want to provide and protect. Go ahead,
which
do
is
what you want to
expected,
do.
correct?
It's not necessarily expected,
Uh-huh.
but
You just
my
talked about
opinion,
gender
a man,
roles.
my opinion, me, it's not necessarily expected, but for me, I want a man to provide and protect, but that doesn't mean I can't provide and protect for
And
myself.
you,
You
just
and
like
every
every
other
other
woman
woman
on
on our
earth.
show has,
Like-
I think when
Well,
men
me, we
have
say me because I don't
standards-
know about all the other women on your
when
show.
men have standards and preferences, then we try to like, well, why do you have those expectations?
So what are your standards and preferences
in a
for
woman?
a woman? Yes.
Well, if I'm providing, protecting,
Take yourself. I'm not asking
yeah.
about what you're doing. I'm saying, what are your preferences for a woman?
That's
Just
what
that
I'm
in
saying.
general.
If I'm doing what I have to do in a relationship as a man, I expect my woman to make sure that I'm good, whether it's my mental, make sure she's my peace. And I'm not saying that I wouldn't have peace already, but you damn sure not gonna be adding to it by being a headache. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay,
I would expect you to want to do things that would make me happy, make my life easier, the same way I'm making your life easier. Whether that's making me a plate, whether that's coming home and making sure like the house is good or whatever the case is. If we have kids, making sure the kids are good. Like,
Understood.
you know what I'm saying?
But before you get into that relationship, what are you looking for in a woman? What does she need to have for you to say this can be a potential girlfriend or wife for myself? Because then that determines later on who's providing at that moment.
I think a woman that leads in her femininity, that doesn't have this selective femininity, a woman that values family, who's very family oriented, a woman that's ambitious, that's motivated, that can inspire me, because I think that's very powerful. I think those are like the core things that I expect from a woman. Like,
okay,
you know what I mean?
so I'm gonna stop you there now. You did not say nothing about cooking and cleaning.
But I said cooking earlier when I said if I'm providing, then I expect
that's after you get into the relationship. I'm talking about before. You didn't say nothing about cooking.
You talking about in a dating phase.
Can I ask you a question?
We're supposed to go in expecting this woman that.
What if she don't know how to cook? Right. What if she don't know how to cook? What you gonna do?
You automatically just gonna write her off because she don't know how to cook a meal?
No. If she be willing to learn,
yeah.
But who's teaching her?
Right. Are you teaching her?
No. I could teach her, but she got a mama. Hopefully, she got an auntie, like you was mentioning, uncle, niece, nephews.
They got cooking
YouTube. Y'all smart enough to do everything else.
But you want her to cook, so why you not gonna take the initiative to help your
Like
lady
I said,
out?
did
You
you not hear my first
She's
part?
not at zero. She's not at zero.
Like I said,
she's at 75, maybe 80. She know.
I think you blew past the first thing I said. I said I am willing to help her.
Okay.
But she needs to take the initiative as well. If you want to keep a man happy, you gotta do that shit on your own.
So she's just supposed to learn how to cook just to keep her man happy.
That's one of the things you would need. Just like I'm willing to cook.
That's just it. That's just something that she would be willing to do.
There are relationships where the man cooks and he also provides and he also protects. So
those are a very small minority of relationships.
I don't think so.
Do you think that?
Why don't
I
you
don't
think
think so. I do not think so because
my
my father.
like that?
Because
my
father, yes.
A woman's first male example of what she would potentially look for in a man is her father,
or the next close male figure to that, an uncle or a brother.
The first man in her life is always going to teach her how to.
I also hear women say they go against men that's exactly the opposite of their fathers.
But what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you an example. My mother and father.
Perfect.
Yeah, definitely. But my mother and father, my father was a provider and a protector. My father paid all the bills. My father paid for my mother's college education. My father took care of us, took us on vacation multiple times throughout the year. My mother stood at home and she cooked and she cleaned. She went to school and she took care of me. My father also was not home very often because he worked out of the country. But coming back in when my father could not, my mother did. And my father, and then my mother,
right?
And then the gender roles switched, and then my mother then became the provider and the protector, and my father.
She can't protect him. Your mother can't protect him.
She became the provider.
She became a provider.
She became a provider for the home. For the home.
No, she did not.
No, she became a provider.
Yeah, provider.
Hold on.
A woman cannot protect a man.
Time. What you mean a woman can't protect?
What can you protect me from?
What do you mean? What
if you look at statistics, right?
We keep the niggas out the streets.
Come on.
What do you mean?
Listen, when you look at situations, right? When there's kidnappings and all these other extreme things, those are usually women without a man around them, correct? When kids are getting kidnapped, those are single women with children or a child without a parent or women get into situations where they're getting kidnapped without a man, right? I'm not saying it doesn't happen when a man is there, but
Men be
most
getting
likely,
kidnapped.
most of these
Right.
these scenarios happen.
You heard about the news, Mexico.
Men be getting kidnapped and raped.
That's,
Yeah,
okay,
y'all
I'm
talking
just
about- y'all
saying,
talking
like,
about
minority.
Y'all talking
and
about the
it
exception
be
to the
men that
rule.
that
like,
know
no
how to
exceptions.
protect
There's
themselves
no
and know how to
exceptions.
actually,
Talking about the exception
defend
to the rule.
themselves.
So
like-
how can a woman protect me? So if it's a bunch of dudes here,
Mhm.
what you gonna do?
What do you mean? I'm gonna do what I can to protect my man.
get-
That's
and-
it.
I'm gonna be for
That's
real.
very vague. That
Wow.
doesn't make
That
any
doesn't
You
mean
don't
that
know what I got
that
on
sounds
me.
crazy.
Can we be
Like, that
doesn't mean
realistic?
that
though?
you're
Like,
bad.
I don't think we being realistic
Let's
here.
just
Y'all
be
keep using
realistic
that-
for a second.
How is it not realistic about
Because
switching
men-
gender roles? That's possible.
How did your mother protect your father?
She protected the household.
No. She
Protected
provided for the household.
How did she protect my father? She protected my father by also helping out financially.
That's
being
not.
able
That's
to
not.
pay-
That's not
that's
protection.
He
That's
didn't-
she provided for the household. She
What's
became the
protection
provider.
to you guys?
Someone that's gonna keep you safe. Someone is willing to put his life on the line to make sure you're safe.
And you think a woman
So
wouldn't
why
do the
wouldn't you
same
do that
thing
for your
for her
man?
man?
No.
Hell no.
You think that? Then you're
You dating the wrong girl.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm sorry.
If
I am
your
sorry.
woman
a
wouldn't
woman
risk
can't
herself for
physically
you,
stand up to a man and beat him. Not in the majority rate. So I don't want y'all
I'm
to talk
pretty-
about Ronda Rousey coming here and knocking somebody out.
I'm
pretty sure-
sorry.
yeah.
I come
There's
from-
other ways of protecting, not just fighting. You don't just gotta
Like,
use your
what-
hands.
so we keep asking.
But
y'all,
I'm
what
gonna
are some
keep it a
examples?
stack though.
Like,
Like I'm just saying, the women that I've seen and been around, they going up to bat for their man. Like if I really care
We're
about
not,
you,
We're not saying that
I'm
you're
not.
not.
No, but I'm talking about like actually physically too. Like if
When I
if worse
said-
come to worse, and it's me and my man,
Mhm.
I'm with him. I'm riding with him, and if
Yep.
I need to fuck somebody up, if I need to punch somebody in the
Bash
face,
your head in.
Regardless if I get my ass beat or not.
We understand what y'all saying, right? That y'all would be willing to protect your man. But in a real scenario, a man is not going to have his woman trying to protect him.
Of course not, because it's
As
a
a
male
male,
mentality
right.
thing
And
where
I'm
it's like,
pretty
I
sure
don't
if
want
you
my
ask your
lady
dad-
being
I'm
outside
pretty sure if you
and
ask your
fighting
dad-
and nothing like that.
Men are physically stronger than women.
and that's the issue. Women think they just as strong as men. A man
I'm-
could break your bones are way more
I'm
brittle.
pretty
like,
sure
you know
if
what
you
I'm
ask your
saying?
mom when them gender roles flip, and she was the protector in the family, she would tell you, no, that was still your father. That's still his job.
Can I ask y'all a quick
I don't
question?
know. You
Can
don't
I
know
ask-
my mama.
Can I ask you a quick question? What do you think is more likely to happen if you was walking down on a road with your purse and it's dark? You think a burglar would more likely to try you by yourself or with a man with you?
I mean, I've been tried with my man directly beside me.
Oh,
That's not. I said, which one is more likely to happen? And you go around the whole question. Which one is more likely to happen? With
Of
a
course,
burglar?
Statistically,
Wait, hold
probably
on.
by
I
yourself.
just
Yeah.
feel like a burglar, somebody who has the intent to rob, they're gonna try and
Rob
do that
anybody.
Regardless.
Yeah.
with a man or a
No,
woman,
no,
regardless if they're by
no,
themselves.
no.
Because when you're by yourself, you're not. It's not numbers. It's a numbers thing. It's just probability. So I feel like they're
And the
gonna
probability of me being physically stronger than a woman and taking her shit, knowing that she can't do nothing
But
to
if it's-
protect herself against me, like be realistic.
So you
we gotta be
telling me-
realistic.
so
On the
wait,
street
The
right
robber
now,
is a man.
on the street
Robber is
right
a man
now,
specifically.
who
Wait,
the robber? Who you think the robber is more likely to go after, Ace or you?
if
He got on more shit
depending
than
on
us.
I'm
They
saying
getting
depending
him.
on what he's looking for, depending on what he's looking for and what his intention to rob somebody is for, then yeah, he might go for
Bro,
either one of
They
them.
robbers-
might
are-
see them rings and be like, run me those.
That's what I'm saying. Like niggas get robbed every day.
No, we're not
for
saying
sure.
men don't get robbed. We're just saying that.
On a scale of
It-
probability, like you know what I'm saying,
like,
like women are
women-
most likely to
when
get
the-
So I'm
targeted.
gonna be for real. Women are walking targets. Every single day we walk outside, we are a
Why
target.
is that so hard to admit?
That's
Like,
what
I
I'm
don't
talking about.
understand
It's
that.
not hard to
It's
admit
not hard
if she
to
just
admit.
admitted
It's really just sad overall, but we are walking targets.
Yeah.
We like to believe that if we're in a room with men, we're safer. We're not that safe. We're not that safe. I've
Regardless
been in
if
a
it's
room
a
with
robber
men
or
that I
not.
know and strangers, and I've still been touched on, felt on, and roped. So it doesn't really matter.
Mhm.
We're talking about, oh, okay, if you got a man with you, nobody's gonna touch you. That's a lie.
Nobody
Are
said
these
it would never happen.
They
So-
do
It's
it anyways.
less likely to happen.
It's not.
So you
It's
could
not.
be. You
My
could be,
woman ain't
not.
never
You could
been experienced with that.
You could
Ain't
be
no
in
man
a-
ain't never
Likely.
touched her,
It's not.
rubbed her, robbed
It's
her,
not.
nothing.
Lucky
Not with me
her.
being here.
So you could be in a room with your man or your brother or your father, whatever, and somebody's still gonna attempt to touch you. You trying to tell me?
Yes.
And then what you
People-
think? What think is gonna happen?
People do shit that is sneaky, and they think like,
Wait, I
like
just
look,
wanna-
it's happened to me
I just want to get this
recently.
correct. You're saying if
That's
you was in
happened
a
to me
room with your
recently.
brother, your father, your uncle, they would allow that to happen?
I'm not
I
saying
want
they
you to
would
look into the
allow. I'm not
camera
saying they
and
would
say
allow
that,
it,
like-
Not
but I'm
look
not
into the
saying it doesn't
camera.
happen. That's what we
But
talk
I'm
about. It
asking you a
happens.
simple question. It's a yes or no.
I just said that they would never allow it.
Okay.
Something will happen after the fact, but that don't mean it will stop it from happening. People do whatever the fuck they want.
But that's the job of a man to protect, right?
And
you
then in
can't
that
predict
case,
the future. Like,
no.
that nigga look like he about to touch your ass in 5, 4, 3. No,
but
he gonna
but that's my
reciprocate.
point. I've been in situations, and most pretty recently, I've been in situations where I'm standing up in my man's arms, and a man has come up and grabbed me physically.
And your boyfriend's arm?
Yes,
And what did he-
he turns up.
All right,
We almost
then.
went to jail behind
So-
that, but at the end of the day,
so what
it
do
still
you-
happened. You telling me, oh, is
But he
it less
protected
He
you,
likely?
like,
protected
you know
you.
what
He
I'm
But
saying?
prevented
wait,
it
but
from
wait,
getting
we
worse.
talking about, is it less likely for it to happen if you with a man? It's
It
not.
is.
It's not.
It is.
It's not.
bro.
It is.
It's not.
If-
If you ain't
Are
never
y'all
walked
speaking
in
from, like, your
if
own
you ain't
experience?
never,
if
if
you
you
go
ain't
look at
never
the
know. Wait,
statistics,
pause.
more
If you
stuff
ain't
happens to
never
women when they're
walked-
alone rather than when they're with somebody else.
If you never walked in
But
the
that's
shoes
because
of a
men feel
woman,
like they can
you
take
don't. You
advantage
can't
of a
answer that
woman.
question.
All right.
We are targets, no matter where we at or who
So
we with.
Anybody, just like I said, anybody
Because
could
of the
be a
mentality
target.
that men have that, oh, we're stronger than women, they feel like they
We
can
are stronger than women.
they feel like they can take advantage of women. So that's why, yeah, a
No.
woman would
So
be
can
an
I
easier
ask-
target.
Can
I'm
I
physically
ask-
stronger than all of y'all here
Can
put
I
together.
can I ask, what do you think would have happened if your boyfriend wasn't there?
It would have been more than
I
just
would have fought the
touching.
man.
And what would have happened to you?
It would have been what it was. I would have went up though.
And you would have got
It
your
would've
face
been up
battered
there.
in.
Yeah,
Like,
it
what
would've
you
been
talking
up
about?
I
Like,
think me, I'm not scared to take. If I'm gonna do what I have to
I
do
think
to
y'all
protect
taking
me.
her.
Personally,
Y'all beating around the
personally.
bush. What's the
Yeah.
next question, man?
Personally, like-
What's the next question?
Yeah, you gonna be in the hospital bed talking about I ain't scared. Like, you could be scared and still get
Why
beat
do
up.
y'all
There's two
think
different
But why we
women-
gotta
like,
be
I'm just
scared?
so
Like, are we
confused.
these frail,
I've
fragile
seen women
creatures that
literally
can't
fuck
stand up for
niggas as
ourselves?
big as you up. Like this is not nothing that I've never seen before. So I don't get where that mentality
Because
of
I'm
like,
talking about if in general,
Mm.
when
We're talking
situations
about
happen,
majority of
yeah, the majority.
We're not talking about we
The
all
one
see we've
special-
all seen a woman beat a man.
Yeah,
It's possible.
women be beating their man
but
ass at home. so
But
we know
9
that
out of
happens.
10 times, that
Mhm.
man is gonna win that.
where y'all drawing these
What
statistics from?
what do you? What
I
do
want to
you?
know. What's the science?
You can-
It's
you
coming
use
off a
Google.
little biased.
But-
Bro, what kind of Wonder Woman shit? Y'all be watching
Yeah.
too
I'm
much
a little
Wonder Woman and
biased.
thinking
They
y'all
just-
like.
they just watch
was
Woman
you
King.
grateful
That's
your
what-
man was there to prevent the situation from getting any worse?
Was I grateful?
Yes.
That he was there.
Grateful.
Yes.
Why that
No,
word?
I, honestly.
What's wrong with the word? I'll be
Honestly,
grateful for my
I'm
woman.
a-
when my woman makes me food or when my woman rubs my back, I'm grateful
That's
for
not the
everything
same
she
as
does.
a
I'ma be
man
real with
touching
you.
on your
I'ma
body.
be
and
real
No,
with you.
All I know
said,
is-
is she grateful that her man was there to protect
I'm
her?
gonna be real with you. The worst case scenario for a nigga to be in was my niggas involved, because these people are gonna get hurt really
But I'm
severely.
saying
So at
that
that
you
point,
didn't
I
answer.
don't care for people to get. I don't care to mix those things. I could defend myself. I could.
I'm
do
just
all
saying,
that
were
stuff.
you grateful your man was there? We still can't get a
No, I said no.
okay.
I said
Yeah,
no.
she said
damn.
no.
Is it your,
We
all I'm gonna
was.
say,
He almost ended up
there-
in handcuffs. Do you want to go to
There's a
handcuffs?
clear reason why
Like-
female MMA fighters do
What are we
not
talking about
fight
MMA?
MMA because we're talking about the difference. Female boxers don't fight
But
male
why
boxers.
are we talking about
Like,
women boxers? Because
Because
this
y'all-
is not a realistic
Because y'all
scenario.
keep
Y'all
thinking-
in
Y'all
the
said
street.
women be beating men. That's,
No,
that's not a
we
realistic
said-
That's the only
scenario.
time a woman can
we
beat a man.
said We will do what we have to do for us at the end of the day. If
I'm
that's,
so
if that's going toe to
confused.
toe with a big ass
I'm
nigga,
talking about a
then that's
regular
what that
ass
is.
woman. I'm
Yeah,
talking
a
about a regular ass
regular-ass
woman, not
woman.
nobody who's trained in MMA, nobody who was doing boxing.
A
I'm talking
regular
about
ass
a regular
woman,
woman.
probably will get her ass beat by a regular ass man. It's just that simple. It's really that simple. I don't know why we going back and forth. It might be that exception to the rule, but the majority will most likely be overwhelmed by a man. Like that's just how it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
There's a reason that when you see a
I'ma agree to
woman
disagree.
hitting a man,
Right.
nobody say nothing. But when a man hit a woman, everybody's like, "Oh, what are you doing?" Like it's because
Nobody should be putting hands on nobody in that kind of sense.
That is
Yeah,
true.
So I don't know about
I do-
that.
That is
that's,
true.
That's not
Abuse
that's
is
not-
never condoned,
At
whether it's a
all.
woman beating
At
a man or
all.
a man beating a woman.
It should
just
just not
never-
happen.
That's a lot of
It shouldn't
questions,
happen.
I feel we all
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
agree to disagree on
Yeah,
this
it's
one.
right. It's right.
Yeah, it's
maybe
gonna go
maybe y'all
around,
hear
going
that.
around.
But
Listen,
I do think you should appreciate your man
I do.
and be grateful that he
Wait,
was
but
there
when
to
did she
help
say
you.
she
I
didn't?
never said I didn't.
She said she
appreciate
wasn't
it.
grateful for him to be there.
No, I said.
But that doesn't mean that she doesn't
reality of the
appreciate
matter
him.
was
Well, I
he
think she should
almost
be grateful
went
as well.
home in handcuffs, and we in another state. Like,
And
so
as-
do I want my man to go
listen,
down for
me-
putting his hands on somebody?
me as
no.
my woman's
No.
my woman's man, me protecting my woman, I'm willing to die. I'm willing to catch a bullet for
So
her.
you think that she
So-
wouldn't want to catch
No,
a bullet for
listen,
you too?
listen. She's saying bringing up handcuffs, and I'm pretty sure if her man loves her and respect her, he's willing to go beyond handcuffs to protect
And
her.
he would.
And that's the point I want you to get. I think y'all going past it. You keep comparing what I'm saying. Oh, yeah, I believe my woman will be willing to do the same.
Mhm.
But and that makes me grateful for her, and I hope she's
Okay.
grateful for me.
Listen, we had a whole woman on this show talk about when we asked her would she take a bullet for a man, and she like, I don't know. Like most women ain't gonna take a
And
bullet for
they
their man.
was
I'm be
together
honest
for
with you.
9
Like,
years,
they're
bro.
together.
It
They
was
still together.
crazy.
Listen, let me get to this next topic, man.
I mean, I guess it's self-preservation. or
Should
whatever
a man
is.
have a say so
What
in
you
what
said?
I said that's self-preservation. In her eyes. I
in her
mean,
eyes, in most women's
Yeah.
eyes, like you know what I'm saying. Like, listen,
I can only speak for myself. So
should a man have a say so on what his woman wears outside?
No. Did he buy it? Is he sponsoring the clothes?
even if he bought it, I'm sorry. My man not telling me what I need, what I can and cannot wear. He never has, and he probably will never do that simply because one,
You're not wearing nothing crazy.
no, even if I decided I wanted to, what's crazy to you?
You got a lot of shit exposed. Man.
Okay, what's a lot of shit exposed? Let's be specific
Ass out,
here.
nipples out.
Okay, so now
So you just walking outside naked, like
No,
They do.
no.
No, I like
They
you
do.
don't see it. Like,
I just went to a party last night. They was all half naked.
y'all seen Ciara dress at the
and there was a problem with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She
wasn't
wasn't-
it?
Yeah, wasn't a
her husband
problem with
wasn't
that?
angry. Everybody else was mad.
Yeah,
So
everybody
I
else
had-
was up in flames and had think pieces, but
No,
her
no.
husband was perfectly fine.
I'm just saying for
probably helped her
me,
pick that
for
dress.
me and my woman, yeah, there's a problem with that.
I had a
She would not be wearing that.
situation recently where somebody who I met and was like getting to know had told me like they couldn't wait to dress me, like put me in clothes or just when I
Okay,
go out with
Kanye.
them.
Are you a dog?
Right, I'm Barbie or something.
Mm.
But he had gave me an example of what it was that he wanted me to wear, and it was like a see-through like dress, and he wanted me to have my titties out, like nipples out,
Mhm.
with only like a
public or
thong
in the
underneath in
bedroom?
public.
Oh,
Mhm.
shit.
To go out to dinner, like when we're in Miami, he's like, "Oh, when you come to Miami, this," and I'm like, "No, thank you. Like, I'm not."
That's because he wanted to walk around with you like a trophy. That's different.
But how is that a trophy?
Because he's
I'm
showing
show-
you off.
but
no,
I'm
he's
sh-
he's showing you off.
He's showing, but I'm showing my own
Yeah.
skin. That's
Yeah,
not happening.
But that means
like,
he has. I don't feel like a man has respect for you if he does that.
absolutely. But I also feel like now showing your body, does he have a say in what you wear? That's him having a say in what I wear. If I'm not comfortable with that, no. You're not gonna have a say in what I wear regardless.
But
But
if
is
you
that
feel
is that
Okay.
your boyfriend though?
No.
Yeah, just talking.
No, we're not talking anymore. That shit is not
Yeah,
happening.
We
Yeah,
talking
no.
about in a
Yeah,
relationship.
no.
Like,
But that's
but
not
we
happening.
We
didn't-
talking about in a
with-
relationship
yeah.
or marriage. Should your spouse have a say in what you go outside in?
No, absolutely not.
So
Mm-mm-mm.
let's say you wear something revealing, you
Mhm.
then go outside, and then a man gropes you.
But you
Like
said revealing, like showing what?
Let's
Again?
not let's not do that. I don't hate
Who are
those.
you calling?
First of all, we're gonna stop there because depending on what I wear does not depend on how a man acts, and that's just
Okay,
That's
let's
really
say you
it.
go outside and what you wearing now,
And the nigga
somebody
will
touch you.
probably
They do
Who
that
are
every day.
you? Who are
They
you
do it every
calling?
day.
Who are you calling?
My man is definitely, or
So
I'm
why
calling my
would he
brother
not-
or my father.
Well, I
but
mean, when
either
it
way,
happens, usually you
either
can't call
way,
nobody.
however I dress, if a
Mm.
man is that disrespectful, he gonna do it whether I have clothes on, whether I don't have
he
clothes
only
on.
doing it because
No,
you're looking
he's
like
that's
a
not
whore.
No,
true.
he's
That's
That's
why
not
he doing it.
true.
You're looking like a
No.
whore, so he gonna treat you like
So
a
wait,
whore.
so
Like,
now
that's
when you
why he doing it.
when you were out with your
Wait,
man,
wait, wait.
how were you dressed? When you were out with your man and a guy came
A
up behind you, how was you
regular
dressed?
A regular dress.
Okay.
Not even a see-through dress.
Okay.
Oh.
This much cleavage.
Okay.
Okay.
So now does
How
that
short was it?
fit?
I don't think that matters. I think
Clothing doesn't matter.
He should
Clothing
have a say
absolutely
on what
matters.
you wear.
I'm gonna be for real. As a woman, I started getting catcalled. I was probably 12.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Mhm.
Okay.
I'm not even a developed.
Yep.
I'm a child.
I'm wearing
So
regular
when you
ass
sit,
clothes.
if we sit here and
Mhm.
say, "Oh, it's what you're wearing," nah, men are men and men are
I think
disgusting.
he was
And
just
I don't want to
using
say
an
all
example.
men, but men are very nasty. And so when we talk about, oh, well, you got groped because what you had on, nah. I could have been fucking covered up in a hijab.
You could have been a
and
nun.
they would have done it still.
Yeah,
Right.
I
Yeah.
understand that. You could be wear a turtleneck bodysuit. I understand that. Women.
You don't think so?
I think it's again, we couldn't talk about the exceptions,
Yeah.
but again, if you are dressing like a whore,
Wait,
you're
But 9
most likely
times out of
going to
10, a
get
woman
treated
is
like
dressed
That is
a
also
whore.
true.
Like,
fully
you know what I'm saying?
clothed outside,
Catcalling,
and a
everybody
man
get
comes
what's
catcalling,
dressing like a
cool.
whore to you?
They said show
Dressing
cleavage,
like a
you
see
know?
through with just a thong on, that's dressing like a whore.
Yeah.
That's how they show what they got outside. What you mean?
So if a woman went outside like that, you automatically just assume
She's a whore.
she's a whore. She throwing pussy at everybody. This is what she likes to do.
So that gives you the
Yeah,
right
She's
then.
just,
So that
she's
gives
just
you the
not
right
going
then to touch
outside
on
like that
people.
because she likes her body and she wants to feel sexy or feel valid in her own
like,
self.
That's what it's giving. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know when we got to this day of age
Wow.
where women want to be half naked all the time and want to be like, oh, I'm
Women have
sexually
always
liberated.
been half naked.
Since when?
Women have always been half naked.
Since
Have
when?
y'all seen the pictures of y'all moms and aunts from back in the day?
Definitely.
No,
was
maybe
half
your
naked.
mama.
Like, maybe your
My
mama.
mama got class.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
She
I don't
kept her
see-
clothes on, not her ass out.
I don't know. Why
Wait,
y'all
I don't
lying
want
on
to.
mamas
I don't
like
want to
that?
bring it back to
You know
this
what I'm saying?
time, but like, what
Right.
about like in like in Africa, the women's they would walk around with no
There's
shirts,
tribes of women
No-
who walk
no
around with their
shirts.
titties out.
literally, and just something covering the bottom.
They
of them.
whores?
You talking about? Come on, we talking
No,
about?
no,
no.
we talking about women.
We talking about
women
men
and
and
Why you talking about
women.
Africa?
We talking
bro?
about
Yeah,
men and
yeah,
women.
yeah.
About
The
women.
men is
The
butt
men are butt
naked
naked
too.
too,
Like, what
yeah.
the fuck? Like,
That's
The
their
men
culture.
got their chest out and they're still covering.
And
with
the
No,
only-
everything
some
they
men
down
don't.
ass
there.
out,
They ding
dicks
out.
out,
They ding
yeah,
out.
like,
What
they
are you
both
saying?
So
So
then
then
you're
y'all
going by the
and the only
American
difference and the
standards.
only
So we
difference
can talk
is
about
that
men-
we are
yeah, we talk about men.
hypersexualized. So if I decided I like this mesh dress and it looked good on me and I looked bad as shit and then I walked outside, I'm looking good as shit for me. And if a nigga thought I looked nice, that's cool.
I just
But
want to
don't
hear.
touch me.
I just want to hear from y'all like 20 years or 10 years from now. And if y'all have a relationship, I guarantee most men will want to have a say because I'm willing to hear if my woman don't want me to wear something, I'm willing to compromise. Hey, babe, you know what you don't like.
But what
And-
was
and
But
why-
at what point, case and scenario, is a woman really gonna tell her man
Right.
that she
Babe, I don't
want-
like that hat. I don't like that shirt. I
But
heard it
that's
before.
different.
But I don't like
I
that.
don't
You
like
probably
that
don't go with the
ass out.
outfit. She probably doing you a favor.
Right.
No,
She's
no.
probably looking
And
at
I'm
telling
doing
you.
you a favor.
She's
I don't want my
telling
woman
you
looking
that
like
she
a
don't like the
whore.
hat or the shirt because she feel like you're gonna get groped or you feel like you look like a whore.
Like,
She's
you think
telling you
I'm gonna turn
because
and
she
say,
knows
take
her
those
fit is
gray
probably
sweatpants
trash.
off?
But you see,
they can
that
see your
And
goes
that fit
that
what you
goes back.
So if I had
Wait, wait, wait,
take
wait.
those gray sweatpants
But
off.
that goes back to the mind of a protector. I'm looking to protect my woman.
But if you
so
have
I'm
the
trying to
mind-
put her, hold on. I'm trying to put her in the best position to go outside and come back home safely.
Facts.
If I think that you wearing this outside is going to attract extra attention, because you might
Unwanted
still get attention no matter what you wear. But if I think this is going to attract extra attention to you, I'm going to say, babe, I don't think you should wear that. And as my woman, you should be like, I understand.
Let me tell you something. All of that is bullshit, and I
Mm.
say
I
that
agree.
I simply because
I
it's
agree.
outrageous,
bullshit, and I'm gonna
bro.
tell you why. Because as a person, I've literally gone
I
outside
want to go
in
home, man.
short ass shit, cleavage. I've gone outside in sweats. I've gone outside looking bummy as ever, baggy clothes. A man
Bonnet
is still
on.
going to try it. Men have tried me on all occasions, whether I was
Did I
dressed.
not just say that?
But if you're a protector, then your mind state should
You might as
only
well
be
keep me in
to-
the house and lock me in a cage.
at that
Fuck it.
point,
Lock me
because
up.
if what I'm wearing, if you feel like what I'm wearing is determining
But if-
whether a man is gonna try me or not, then you're really not
But
thinking
as
as a
your
man,
man,
who is disrespectful.
why-
Because if it's disrespect, it's gonna
They-
be
the
disrespect
disrespect
across
is gonna be
any
regardless.
board.
Facts.
Well, first of all, you're disrespecting me by having your whole body exposed to the world.
Big facts.
How?
I
What do you
disagree.
mean, how? Your body is sacred to me,
I
correct?
feel like that's
My
subjective.
body,
though.
yeah, I feel like that.
Every man don't feel the same way. I understand where you're coming from. I understand where you're coming from
Most
for
men,
sure. I
like-
understand where you're coming from.
How,
I
who's
dress
the most
however
men?
I
Where-
want.
So you want to do a counting here?
But wait,
Let's do a
but
counting
wait.
here. It's a lot of men in here, right?
Wait.
Huh?
Huh?
What about your father? Would he care if your mother was out there with the sheer nipples out and ass out? Would he care?
Believe it or not, my dad got a dress made for my mother, and it's like a gold chain dress, and she's worn it with him before, and he wants to show his woman off. My dad,
Y'all keep
likes
going
to
around the
show
answer,
me.
bro. The question, bro. He asked you a simple question. Yes
Sheer
or no.
dress? I feel like
would
my
your
father-
feel comfortable? Yes or no? With your mother wearing something?
Now-
She
revealing
used the
outside?
example
Like,
to
it's
state
just
that
a
her
yes- it's
father
just a
was
yes or no.
comfortable.
She
Yeah,
gets
yes
She
or
yeah,
used
no.
the
She was.
example
Okay, she
Yeah.
was
to
comfortable.
state that her father,
Don't
yes,
come on
With
like
a
that.
dress that he brought. We don't know what that. We
with
talking
her
about
mom
a
You want a
wearing what
picture?
she
Yeah.
wore.
Let me see if I find a picture.
That shit
If anything,
probably
I'll call
not
her.
revealing as like, you know, it's probably a regular dress, golden dress or something. Like we
Let's
talk about
If we're
a
talking
Sierra
about
dress,
chains,
like,
we're talking about
Chain.
chains.
It's
9 times out of 10,
it's
there's gonna be
see-through.
some skin showing. It's
Yeah.
see through. You probably got on
Right.
like a
I
tan.
wanna
Maybe
see
a
what it does
nude
on
underwear.
social
Oh, man,
media.
shout out to them.
With an
matter of
open
fact,
back.
call your
exactly
father
what
right
she's
now.
talking
Ask him
about.
that question. Like, if you really want the answer, call your father and ask him that question.
I'll call him right now.
Call him. Like,
That would
He
be
would
the,
probably
that
say
would
some stupid shit though, like, yeah, of course I want to see her titties
be,
outside.
no,
He probably said,
that's
I
not the
promise you,
question.
I promise you, that's probably
No,
gonna be
put
his
on the same-
answer.
Put it on,
public,
put it on
on
speaker.
speaker.
Put it
Hold
on speaker.
on, hold on.
I just feel like
Papa, question. I'm on the podcast, but they're discussing if a woman is outside, right, with like half naked clothes on. But I use the example of you and mommy. So
you- come
no,
on, no,
I have to give him the
No,
background.
just ask him the simple
Okay,
question.
So if mommy
Put it
was
on speaker.
outside, I'm gonna put you on speaker, okay? Hold on, okay? Okay. So if mommy was outside and she had on like a sheer top or like a sheer dress, how would you feel about it? Do you feel like you have a say in what mommy should be wearing?
Well, it's two things. One, yes, I do have a say because you're not walking out anyway with me. And two,
Thank you, Pops.
Stop. You want to hear it?
two, she would be really popular with the guys if she had an outfit like that on.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bye.
Yo, Pops, we
Thank you,
respect
Pops.
you.
Look, they like
That's
you.
how you doing, Pops. That's how you doing, Pops. That's how you doing.
Hello.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yes.
I feel like I feel
now
like
you get the I feel. Like, you know what I'm saying?
no.
We get back to feelings. Like, we just had a married man just confirm that he would prefer.
No,
his
they're
wife
not
to-
married. Actually,
it's
they're not
from my
together anymore.
I believe this is just my own opinion. I
Mhm.
believe it's all still preference based because some men want their woman to be sexy and feel liberated in their sexiness, and if she is
Minority,
showing up, what?
It's not.
It's
the
not a
mass.
majority.
The
Yeah.
mass.
I mean, she
Yeah.
said some. She led with some.
Where are you getting these stats from? Where are you getting these stats from? Fellas, put in the comments if y'all would prefer or y'all would care if y'all shorty is half naked outside, man. Because
Mhm.
I don't
I mean,
know,
but that's
man,
what y'all like, right?
I feel like that's a
No.
little
I'm gonna be for
controlling.
real.
That's why I like the
I know
fuck.
we
Be
like
for
in the
real.
middle of the
If you
podcast.
met me and that's what I was like, don't
Don't
expect
try
me
to
to
change it.
I wouldn't
That's
change
the
you.
only
I would just
thing.
fuck you.
Forget
I
it, I
wouldn't even
feel
take.
bad.
I wouldn't take you serious.
That's
But
a
then
fact.
I feel like you kind of missing out on
No,
you
I'm
could
not.
potentially be missing out on a great woman just
No, I'm
because
not.
all of us.
You ain't that great if you want to be half naked outside. Like,
I
to
don't
me,
know.
Yeah,
I
like, you know what I'm
disagree.
saying?
That's scary.
Why is
That's a
that
scary
scary?
thought.
Why is that scary?
Because
You won't want me outside with a fucking speedo, like half naked. Like, you won't want me
If you
outside.
Gray
outside
sweats,
in a
gray
speedo,
sweats.
I don't
Gray
care.
sweats is
gray
a-
sweats don't mean nothing to me.
Mhm.
What?
Okay.
My man go
We know you
outside
got
in
a
gray
dick under
sweats
there. Like,
all the
okay.
time. What that mean?
Well, that's the difference between men and women.
Thank you.
Men care about what their woman wearing, and women may not care what men are
As long as
wearing.
you don't look
According
like
to
a
y'all.
bum and homeless.
What is there for a woman to care about? Like gray
Okay,
sweats
cool.
is so minuscule.
Oh, okay,
like,
okay, cool. Yeah, and you having your ass out, it's not.
I mean,
I mean, it's
I guess.
Listen, we
my
are-
point
I ain't never
still
heard a
stands.
complaint though.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
ain't
My
never heard
point
a
still
complaint. And I
stands.
always say you look good as hell.
not. Okay, cool.
If he wants to have a say and that's what their relationship is set up as, fine.
Y'all don't even want y'all man with his shirt off on IG taking pictures.
I
like,
don't know
you what
about
I'm
that
saying? Like,
because
Mine is on the gram
oiled
gyrated.
up, like
so.
oiled up. Like, you know what I'm
Mine
saying?
is on the
Like,
gram gyrated, so we're not talking about me.
Gyrated.
listen, if
You
you
man,
get with an
Magic Mike?
attractive person, if you're with an attractive person, there's nothing that you can do to stop anybody
No.
from trying to talk to them, whether they got their shirt off,
Right.
whether they in half naked clothes or not.
You got a boyfriend?
So, do I have a boyfriend?
Yeah, you got a boyfriend?
Yes.
And he let you go outside whatever you want? Okay, shout out to him,
Yeah,
man.
but also he knows how I dress. He knows my style. So he's not gonna expect for me to do nothing crazy just off the simple fact that I don't dress like that. But if it was a different woman, I'm pretty
so
sure
how can you know how he would react if you did
because
wear it?
we've had discussions about his previous relationships and I know the type of girls that he's dated before and they decided that they want to dress differently or whatever the case may be. And he
just
was
okay
he
with
was
it?
cool with
if
it.
you
Like
call,
if
you call
he
him right
felt
now,
secure with his lady.
if you call him right now, he gonna say, yeah, you could wear any shirt, have the titties like that.
Titties out though, like
I'm just
I
saying.
mean, it's what you want. That's what you want to do,
That's
right?
what make you feel
It's your
sexy
decision.
and liberated,
Liberated,
right?
huh?
Right.
if
Yeah.
I
And he
decided
gonna be
to
okay with
wear a
that.
sheer dress, because
Uh-huh.
my birthday coming up too, period. If I decided I wanted to wear a sheer dress for my birthday and I had on pasties that covered my nipples, but my titties were technically out.
Yeah, because
No,
they
no,
still technically
but-
They still technically out.
But if you want to do whatever you want to do, if you wanted to show titties, nipples, and all that, that's your choice.
Yeah, so
That's
if he
all I'm
got with
saying,
me
yeah.
knowing that I wanted to show titties and nipples, then he's not saying shit about what I have to wear. It's very simple.
So for your birthday, that's what you wear?
What?
Oh my, I think that
That's
it was
what you
just
wear?
an example.
Are you kidding
It
me?
wasn't
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
She's not
That's
saying
what you
she's
wear.
wearing. No.
But you ain't answer my
mean-
question. If you call him, he gonna be like, yeah, that's okay. Go ahead.
If I don't like how you're posing it. Like
I'm
if I
just
told
saying,
him
you
that I
call-
was gonna have my titties out, no, he's not gonna say I can have my
The
titties
same,
out.
the
'cause
same thing you
Does
Think
your,
of
man
that
have
thought.
does your man have a say in what you wear? Can she wear something too revealing that, to his standards, would he have a say? That's all.
No.
No, I'm serious. That's what she would ask him.
No.
What does a man get from dating y'all? I'm just I'm confused because y'all don't feel like y'all should cook for them.
Yeah.
Y'all don't feel like y'all they have
but
a
wait a
race,
minute,
so,
wait,
I don't understand what are they
let's
getting from
replay
y'all.
the
Like,
podcast
y'all don't
because
like
nobody
submissive.
said that.
You don't like
Nobody
submissive.
said that.
Y'all don't like submissive. Y'all don't want to listen to what he got his opinion.
I never said I don't
If
like
we
submissive.
play the podcast back, play the recording back. Play the recording back.
I personally did not say I don't like submission. I said the word submit is very controversial.
Yeah,
That's what I
she led
said.
with, yeah.
I said I don't like submissive.
Please run it.
But you did argue for the woman who had an issue.
Of course, because I'm gonna.
Because we understand.
We understand.
At the end of the day, we're women, so of course women are gonna stick together. Some,
but women need to hold women accountable. And if
absolutely,
it
there's
sounds
accountability.
I had no accountability on women when we gave our examples.
No accountability on what? Because what you said does not fit me. So why am I going to hold myself accountable for something that don't fit me?
The submission didn't fit you, but you was.
I never said I don't submit.
Well, y'all.
She never said she didn't submit. None of us said that.
Nobody said that. Submit.
And we also didn't say we didn't cook or clean.
If it didn't fit you, why are y'all defending against it so much? Like.
We didn't defend against it. We just gave examples as to why women would.
When you describe submission, you then proceeded to say that it's slavery. That's what you said.
I said the definition, and so I don't use that word. I don't use that word in my relationship. I'm cooperative. We're cooperative with each other. Mm-hmm. It's a co-captain partnership. We are partners.
Big on the
and partner. A partner should have a say in what the fuck you wear.
I mean, I guess that's your preference.
I think that's cooperation.
Yeah, that's cooperation.
I mean, I guess if that's what you consider cooperation for your relationship, sure.
In any partnership or relationship, you're going to have to agree to disagree and compromise.
I don't hear no compromising on y'all end. I'm gonna be honest with y'all.
What is compromising about?
How? If I
mention, is it being cooperative kind of almost the same as like compromising in a relationship?
Because you know what would have been a great answer from y'all? If when we gave the example, you could have been like, you know what? I can take what he said into consideration. Y'all was just like, nah, he can't say nothing. He can't. Y'all didn't even think. Y'all didn't even try to compromise it. But like, you know what? Like King gave a great example. You could have like, you know what, babe? I understand where you're coming from. You never led me astray before. I understand where you come from. You know what? I'm gonna wear something else. Y'all just went straight to nope, and nigga can't.
You don't got no power.
I mean, I've never gone that route. So I stand on that. No, he cannot tell me what to wear.
Yeah, I stand on that too. I mean.
Wrong. Next question.
I
Only here at the Daily Rapupcrew.
I gotta stand on that one.
I stand on.
You gonna hold women accountable.
No, me personally,
because there's nothing to hold accountable. If that's my
that's
point,
what I'm comfortable
if that's what I'm standing on,
and that's who I'm comfortable being and what I'm comfortable wearing, that's on me.
I feel like I dress.
Y'all protect yourself. Y'all protect y'all mans. Y'all don't cook. Y'all don't clean.
I never said I didn't cook or clean.
Y'all don't, and a man don't have a say.
Well, you're right. No, I have to stop you.
And you know what? And you know what? You absolutely right. And guess what? The men we date love it here.
They do.
They love it here.
I cook and I clean, and I also dress very modestly.
Because y'all capping. All that shit that y'all talking about, y'all don't do.
They love it.
I cook, I clean, I dress very modestly. I don't show my skin that often. If I do, it'll be a V-neck shirt, and it probably just gonna be a little bit of cleavage.
If you gonna date a guy like your father,
just because
you gonna date a guy like your father,
showing clothes, showing skin, you can be sexy, and also showing skin.
It depends on how you wear it.
I'm not gonna say
I've done it all.
Right.
Y'all been so crazy.
I've been fully clothed.
I've never been.
And he's never looked at me and said, "You like a whore."
Right.
I wish you wouldn't wear that.
That's crazy to me. I just feel like that whole.
You're not gonna say you look like a whore.
I feel like that whole entire statement is such a heavy statement. Like, what the fuck do you mean?
I always say you look beautiful.
I had this argument with my best friend.
So what is a whore?
I've never heard whore.
That's not my question for y'all. What is a whore?
A whore is somebody that begs for attention from the opposite sex and that has sex.
No, it could be the same sex.
Oh, it could be the same sex as well. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And that is willing. A whore is somebody who begs for attention. So not even fucking, not sucking, not doing none of that. Just begs for attention.
That was one of it. Like I said, that's part of it. The attention part is that could be a whole attention whore, right? Y'all ever heard of that?
Attention whore. But I'm asking.
We talking about a whore.
If you're begging for the attention, that means you want, like, you most likely you want to do something with the opposite sex sexually. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Do you want to do something with the opposite sex sexually?
Who?
You.
Why would you say that?
I'm asking, do you want to do something with the opposite sex sexually? Like, do you want to do something with the opposite sex?
Would you have sex? Yeah, but
are you a whore?
Am I slinging my dick around an Instagram post?
I don't know.
Thirst trapping? I'm
I don't
not.
know.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
maybe
so
you are.
hold on. Let's talk about it though, because y'all really getting all women, but what about the men that be on Instagram
We
with
would
their
hold
shirts
them accountable.
off?
we gon'
Y'all call them I'm sure everybody out in this room right now got a bro that be on Instagram with the fucking shirt off, trying to be all
yeah,
like,
he a
licking their
whore. And
lips.
guess what?
he's a
Women,
whore.
and he's having
Would-
sex.
Would you tell him he's
Yeah,
a
I've
whore?
said that. Yes.
Yeah.
Men don't.
See
The
how
thing
ass
is,
these niggas
men
work?
don't care.
I've
Like,
never-
women be
I-
whores, so it don't matter. Like,
I
you know
feel
what
like
I'm saying?
I've had friends who have just done a lot sexually where I've told them like, listen, you gotta chill out. Like you need to just relax. For friend to friend. Like, listen, I'm looking out. Yes, a female and a male too, because I have a guy friend who definitely be outside. But male and female, both I've told my friends, y'all need to just chill out. You can't be
Like, calling a guy a whore ain't gonna
They
hurt
need
his
to arrest their
feelings. Like,
front, and it's okay to tell your friends.
it's okay to tell your friend to
It's okay
chill
tell
out.
to people,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We have no
But
issue
I don't
with that.
think what you dress as or how you just decide to present yourself makes you a whore. Your actions make you a whore, and that goes for male and
that is
female.
an action. You that's an
But
action.
seeking attention from a
we
man who
talking
you
about-
have interest in or
Or people in general.
or you want to pursue, that doesn't make you a whore.
No, I'm not saying a manager. I'm saying just in general.
He's just
like,
basically speaking solely because we're talking about clothes, right? So he's speaking solely
I'm
based
talking
off
about
the fact
perception.
that a woman, if she goes outside and she has a
She look like
dress,
she gives
she
the
look-
exchange for sex on a corner. That's how the prostitutes walk up and down the strip, wearing those same outfits.
I never
So
seen
wait,
a
wait,
prostitute
wait.
look as good as me.
I'm saying,
I
I
never
don't
seen
know.
a
You
prostitute
know
look
the
as good as
you in
difference.
the wrong
But
places.
I
don't
never-
you know the
Like,
difference.
I ain't never
like-
seen that.
I'm sorry, you know the difference. But if y'all were never given this definition, like if you saw someone on the
I saw
street,
prostitutes
hold on,
before.
whoa. Let me finish.
Mm.
If you were never given the idea that a woman is a prostitute if she dressed a certain way, and you saw the woman on the street dressing that way, but nobody told you or said to you that's a prostitute, she's a whore, would you have that same
Oh,
idea
no,
as a
I-
woman?
I-
Or
I-
is
that is-
I
that-
still would value my woman. I would not want to have her body out like that. I would.
I respect that.
Yeah, that's
That's-
respectable, but
I understand where you're coming from. That's why
I'm just trying to figure out the whole whore aspect.
I
don't agree with
men never even
whore.
knew the term
Like-
whore.
That's what I
Look,
want to know.
But when you say like the whore outfits, prostitutes wear those same outfits.
But
They
if
may
you were
not-
never
hold on,
told
hold
that
on,
it was a
hold on,
prostitute, how
hold-
can you say it's a prostitute?
Because they say, "Hey, I'm working."
Why are you talking about
What the fuck?
hypotheticals?
Yeah.
Like, we know what a
But that's
whore
a
is, bro.
No. That is a
This is
hypothetical to
simple.
say that a woman is a whore because of how she dresses. That's hypothetical.
No,
too,
I
because
said men
have
will
you-
think
have
she's
you-
they're gonna treat her like a whore.
So then you
They
won't,
gon-
you
that's
only see a
different,
woman at
like-
sex?
If she's
It's
dressing
dressing
like
like
sex,
sex,
then
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Like, y'all always talk about
Yeah.
how men like IG
So then you
models.
don't value a
Time out.
woman.
You
So
I
then
got
your
older,
value
you
is
never
I
only-
don't
said
value a
that.
woman that dressed like a whore.
Yeah, most
I don't.
Can I
most
see?
men
Wait,
don't, like,
real quick. Can both of y'all pull up y'all Instagram page and can y'all go to y'all likes?
yeah, it's gonna
Like
be a
your
bunch of
recently
half
liked-
naked women that we want to have sex with.
I like
only,
whore photos.
like,
I don't
what?
love whores.
We want
I
to have
do
That's
like
a
sex
double
with them.
standard.
Like,
You like it. You like seeing it, but if
Yeah, they have no real value. I would fuck them. I wouldn't
that's
marry
what
them.
all men.
that's
That's
to me,
what-
that's kind of nasty. If you
I'm
feel like
gonna break it
Okay.
down.
well, because you
I'm gonna
should
break
you
it
should
down.
put value
Well, I'm
in
a
who you
nasty
fucking.
nigga, and you a
I
nasty
agree.
whore.
You
for
should put
wearing the
value in
same
who you
shit.
fucking.
You should have just
So-
put your dick out on any bitch you see. I'ma fuck that. I
Like,
like disgusting.
I'm gonna
That's
make it
kinda
real
crazy to
simple.
me.
So you fucking a
Men-
prostitute?
Yeah, y'all keep saying why do men? Y'all keep saying
it's
why
a
do men?
serious
Hold on.
question.
Y'all keep saying why do men like these pictures of women on IG that's half naked? Because these men.
I didn't ask that question.
Well, most women will ask that question, right? I
She
see.
just-
That's why you wanted. That's why you wanted to see our For You page or whatever.
No, we
the
just
case
want
is,
to
right?
refute
I
the
just
fact
wanna-
that you are literally saying that women dress like whores, but you are sitting here liking
that's what you
pictures of
into.
whores.
Yeah.
What does that
You
have to
in
do
the
with
whores.
anything?
You like it.
But
You
what does that
like
have to do with
it.
anything? I want to fuck them. Yes.
That's dirty.
I'm not wifing
Excuse
them.
me.
You want to fuck a
With
whore?
Excuse me.
With a condom? Who
Excuse me.
cares?
You
Like,
wanna fuck a
yo,
whore?
Who cares?
If a man is
Like,
attracted to the opposite sex, right?
Like, what?
He's gonna like ass and titties. That's a
Oh
given.
my God.
That's
This-
obvious.
What he's
Like-
taking home at the end of the day is not a woman showing
But
her
if
ass
you're
and
fucking
titties,
her, guess
bro.
what you're doing? You're taking her home.
I don't know. I see a lot of these whores.
I ain't gotta
getting
take her home.
Married
I
and
go
with
to the
house
hotel for
and
$60.
kids.
I just feel
whore.
like who
She
you
could
lay
go
with
home.
says a lot about who you are too. So if you're willing to fuck a whore, then obviously you
Why
low
are
key
we
somewhere
here?
in
Like-
that.
Also a whore.
What the fuck? What next question, man? Like,
but that doesn't. It doesn't.
Now
equate,
y'all
though.
whores
Like,
by
that's what I'm saying.
association.
It doesn't, but that doesn't hurt our feelings. It hurt y'all
Wait,
feelings.
no,
Like,
we're
you know
not
what I'm
trying to
saying?
hurt
Like,
feelings
no, I'm just,
here.
no, I'm just saying in general. Y'all can call men whores all y'all want. We can call men
Nasty.
whores
I mean,
all they
y'all
want.
are.
okay, they're gonna still keep fucking the women.
And
like,
the
you know what
women
I'm
who are
saying?
whores
Like,
probably don't get bothered by a man calling them whores too, because you know what? They live in that. They accepted
They
of
know who
that.
they
all
are.
right,
And they know who they are. They're like, you
okay.
know what? I like to fuck, then I'm gonna fuck. That's
then
it.
don't be
That's what they like to
surprised
do.
when you get confused for those whores because you want to dress like them.
Honestly,
That's how it is.
I've
like, you know what I'm
never.
saying?
I mean,
Not
I
you.
know-
I just
I
want
know
you to
whores
know,
that are
I
fully
have
dressed
literally
and
been
in church
So
outside.
on
if
Sunday,
you
but are still
don't dress
whores.
like this, why are you arguing?
No. But we're saying that we have dressed like that, and we don't get called whores. Men don't address us as
Nobody
whores.
ever-
No,
Men
we're
come
not gonna
up to
address
us.
you.
Never.
We're not gonna address you.
No,
They
Niggas still
are
want the-
respectful.
No, of course we want the pussy. Of course.
Yeah, be
Bro,
That's
how you
fake.
doing? Nice to meet you.
That's fake.
Yes, it is. The niggas
That's
is fake
fake?
most of the
That's
time
actually
too.
fake.
The
That's
niggas is
That's
fake too.
performative as fuck.
Yo,
if you,
well,
it's
well,
performative. If you
welcome
don't
to the
respect
Daily
me,
Rapper Crew where we inform you and hold niggas accountable as well.
I do feel like a man wants a woman who represents him. And I feel
Exactly.
like
It's about the
This
smartest
is-
shit y'all said all night.
like
This is common sense. I don't know why we
I
arguing
feel
this
like
shit.
a
You know what I'm
woman-
saying? Like,
I
yes,
feel like a man wants a woman who represents him, and depending on his status, his career, whatever he's into, he wants a woman who fits that. If a woman who dresses modestly fits that, perfect. And that's what he's going to go for. That's what he's going to look for. If a woman dresses provocatively and it fits his image and his career, his whatever it is he got going on, he's gonna go for that too. He don't gotta be a
No.
porn star.
No.
there's
He could
actually
be
a
doing-
bunch of
bro.
very.
He could be doing
Don't
whatever.
go down the rabbit
White-
hole with these rhetorical
No.
questions, bro.
I've met a lot of
matter.
white collar men who are CEOs who are
Mhm.
into very high caliber or high status positions that are okay with their women dressing provocatively or
I've
dressing-
seen-
Bro. You be making
I'm
shit
not.
up, bro, to prove your point,
Where
bro.
you getting those statistics?
where I'm getting those statistics
Yeah.
from people I know.
Where were y'all? getting that?
Right, that's what I'm saying.
We
Y'all
got
have
over
yet to
100.
answer that
We got
question.
Well, the
over
people-
100
well, the
episodes
Y'all
people-
of
have
women.
yet to answer that question.
The people
Y'all can't
I
ask-
know don't want their women dressing like
We
that.
have
Okay, and
interviewed
it's
over
preference. It's
500
preference.
women. Like
That's the
we,
whole-
we
that's
have
the-
these
but-
conversations.
Are
with
those
multiple
friends
women.
escorts?
No, they're not actually. I'm talking about male friends.
They could be escorts too. The fuck?
We did just have a
not lying
male
about
We had a
escort.
male
No,
escort.
you're
Yeah.
not lying. There are some men,
Yeah.
to each their own. If that's what you want to do with that's what you want to do. But the whole entire premise is it's preference.
Yeah.
If somebody decides that they want to date somebody who dresses provocatively, then they will do
Like
that.
I gave y'all
But
the example of the
pick
guy who
who
was
you
trying to
want
talk
to
to
But y'all
meet
didn't
me.
give
with.
you said you cooperate. It didn't sound like you're willing to cooperate.
Because
if your
there's
man
nothing to
had an
cooperate
issue.
with if my man don't have a problem.
No, I said if he did. Y'all keep
What
giving
the
these
hell?
hypotheticals. So if
No,
he
that's
did,
not hypothetical.
But it can't be
Bro,
hypothetical for her because that's
Why
not her. That's not
So
her
I said-
situation.
But look, so if I said if he did, you'd be like, well, then I'll be willing to compromise.
I think we should call their boyfriends, man. Call y'all boyfriends.
like,
I don't have
Call
a
him.
boyfriend.
You if
Call them.
I'm asking
I
you
wouldn't- let's talk to them.
I wouldn't call
if
him.
he did had an issue,
mhm.
would you be willing to compromise?
I would ask him, what's the issue? What is
All right,
his
next
problem
topic.
with?
Next topic.
Yo,
Like,
I mean, that's it. That's
Yeah.
the show. That's the show. I'm out of here.
Like, I'm
Listen,
really
man.
just.
It's over?
Yo, we
Yeah.
gonna, yeah,
We
we
clocking
gonna,
out?
we just gonna keep going in circles, man. But anyway, we appreciate y'all for being on the show.
We clocking out.
Who's that? Your boyfriend?
No, I said I don't have
Should
a
have
boyfriend. I
boyfriend.
said we
Oh.
clocking out. I'm checking the time. So
Oh,
it's
yeah,
over.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
screaming.
Anyway, let them know
Mine
where they can
probably
follow you
texted
at
me
again.
though. Huh?
What-
Yeah, let them know where they can follow you at. We're gonna start here again.
Y'all can follow me on Instagram, thejada.marie.
Oh, she remembers. She
I
went to go
checked.
check.
I had to check, you know?
It's gonna be up there.
Yeah, I'm Miss Tiana Rose. You can follow me at Miss Tiana Rose. One word.
And if y'all know her boyfriend, ask her those questions.
Yeah,
like,
ask
her
her
those
those
questions.
questions.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
If
Like,
you the
People who know my
boyfriend,
boyfriend know.
comment.
yeah.
Comment.
Put in the comments. Man.
Right.
Like,
Y'all can follow me at king.m. It's QUING.m.
You say
on the
king?
gram. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Are you a king too?
Mhm.
Woman king? Oh my god.
King shit.
That was a really good movie though, so don't
That
do
was a
that.
great
No,
movie.
I'm not.
That wasn't a good
I'm not
movie? I didn't like it?
I'm not promoting any woman trying to be a king. She's a queen.
She wasn't
Aw.
trying to be a king.
Well,
she
she
got
is king.
promoted. She got
Man, in the show.
promoted
Got
and
promoted,
reigned.
yeah.
And she got promoted into
promoted
being
by
that.
her
No,
king
no
into a
woman is a
king.
king.
Right. That
Yeah.
wasn't
Ever
her
in my
choice.
eyes.
There was a king in that movie.
But
She
he
was not king.
was.
She was
he
not.
made her a king though. I don't
That
No,
wasn't
he
her
didn't make
choice.
her a king,
he
bro.
declared her the woman king. Like
No, he made
did.
her. He put her in a high
you
position.
You sure you watch that?
He's
She
the
already,
king.
she already had a high position.
There's no two kings in the kingdom. So if he's the king, she can't be the king too.
She
That's not
was already in a high position. She
That's
leaded
not
a
true.
she
She was
led
the
an
leader of the army.
She led an army.
She was the leader of the army.
Right. Right.
Yo,
Right.
Yeah, great show, guys. Great show, guys. All right.
This is- Yo, man, appreciate y'all. You make sure y'all hit the like
Yo,
button.
pray for us, man.
Yeah, all that, yeah.
Yo, y'all need to send us something, man. We need some therapy, yo. If
I'm
y'all
sorry.
love us,
Y'all should not be